So I like to see it as glass half full. So there is still room for more. But just digitization in general has helped overall the space at which the business when it comes to lending and other ecosystem payments has actually grown. It has helped in instant dispersal. So the overhead of having a branch-based model, even though if you have it, your ability to sort of stretch that and actually do instant dispersal depending on the overall financial ecosystem that has been built is significantly higher. I think digital collections has also helped significantly. So while sometimes touch is important, at least for Lendingkart, we've been able to sort of collect digitally more than 98 to 98.9% of collections digitally. And there are various different algorithms that we use in order to sort of reach out to our customers, nudge them, and most of them want to pay and pay on time. So I think that's the other aspect. Third aspect has been just the credit worthiness. So using data, data is now very portable, right? With customer consent, you're able to get financial information, social information, ability to sort of aggregate all of this information into a way where we are able to say, okay, this customer is credit worthy. It has increased the reach. It has actually expanded the market, addressable market. And I think last but not the least is the reach, right? So, from north to south, east to west, at least fintechs and NBFCs are not now constrained to say, I don't have a branch there. So as long as you have digital infrastructure when it comes to dispersal of the loans and the collections, I think we can do that much better. For Lendingkart, we were born digital. So we have zero retail presence. We've been able to lend to more than 4,100 cities, more than 11,000 PIN codes. So, the answer question, it's 100% of our books is digital. We centrally manage everything. Customers have different channels that they reach out to, either using an app or through channel partners or through online to offline agents that we have, offline to online. But at the end of the day, everything is sort of processed in a very similar standardized model, and we disperse the loans. So with digital, right, so data is now become to a point where, customer data is personal, customer data is private. Now, there are various different frameworks like account aggregator, bank statement, social. They sort of enable the customer to give consent on the data. So the data is becoming very, very portable now. Now, with the portability also comes a lot of responsibility of how you're acquiring the data, how you're collecting the data, how you're using the data, how you're storing the data. So I think at the end of the day, organization's ability to handle data well is become paramount. Gone are the days where, data was the oil. Now it's the electricity. So oil is stored, right? Where, as long as you don't burn it or you don't use it, the value of that resource is, stored in a place. Now data is always moving. So from a strategy perspective, I think, fintechs and BFCs have to look at data in a way that it's always on the move. How do we use access to more and more data when it comes to either customer profile, customer data, census-based data, and overall aggregate to figure out, okay, is the credit worthiness of a customer, early warning systems, collections capabilities, and more to come. So digital is a form factor, right? So we've been doing lending for ages, right? So, it used to be where, a person would go to a kirana store, he'll say, okay, mujhe khata mein thoda paisa de do, and then that's how it actually happened. So I think now then, you had branches where you had paperwork and things like that. Digital is a way to sort of look at the form factor has changed. I think what really changes the game is the mindset and the tech capabilities that you can build on top of the digital lending. So if you just have data digitally, it doesn't, it's not that useful. But how you use that data to make sure that you're giving the right customer the right loan, you're giving the right amount so that the customer is able to pay back even if the intent is high. You're able to have early warning systems, integrating with various bureaus, for example, right, where you have the right triggers to say, okay, the customer is looking out, and You also have different triggers to say when does the customer actually get inflow of funds. And there are various different aspects using various different frameworks like account aggregator, bureau triggers, things like that. So I think if you focus on that, then your ability to sort of run the business becomes much more tangible.